What's up, guys? This is Scott Lowe, editor of IGN Gear. And with me today I have Matt Casamassina, editor-in-chief of wireless.ign.com, our iPhone games channel.
Yes.
And you are a total iPhone nut.
Fanboy.
Which is convenient because that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the 3GS and basically everything you need to know about that. Apple rolled it out this month, for WWDC, and they showed us that they're increasing the processor, they're increasing battery life, they're adding video, they're making a whole bunch of really cool hardware and software upgrades exclusive to the 3GS, so it makes it appealing for everybody. What was your take on the announcement?
I thought it was pretty good, kind of a just enough announcement. It wasn't mind blowing, but you did get the speed increase, which is cool. You got the digital compass, which is whatever. I'll take it. For me, though, I was really kind of psyched for the camera. That's a big deal. I've been waiting for that for a long time, and they finally delivered it. And on top of that, I also got Nike Plus, which I've been waiting for personally for a long time to have in my iPhone. And then on top of that, you have the voice control. So it's not a bad update. I think it's pretty good overall.
But one of the points that was raised almost immediately after the release, or at least the announcement, was, they're releasing OS 3.0 for 3G phones, so you get a whole bunch of new functional upgrades like landscape typing, you get the push notifications, and a few of other kind of stuff that you would expect to have seen a long time ago with the 3G. So like MMS tethering is going to come eventually. Both of those things not currently available, but eventually. If they offer so much for that in terms of the functional side for software, what really kind of makes it compelling for the new customers for the 3GS?
There's so many people now these days that are just really into mobile uploading, whether it's images or video or whatever. So that's a big deal if you're a new customer. If you want to just take your phone and upload some video on the go, that's a huge selling point. Therefore, if you're going to buy any new iPhone, I think that's probably the one to get.
Ultimately, I think one of the biggest kind of concerns is for people who are just getting in, or just getting into it, awesome. But then for people who have had a 3G iPhone for a while, they've got many of the features, and again, coming in with the OS 3.0, they get a lot of the stuff they wanted before. I think it probably is kind of a hard sell for the current iPhone crop.
I mean, if I had to choose between having a new camera, or say if I had to choose between having copy and paste or landscape, I would take copy and paste the landscape keyboard, man. That's more important. Luckily, I don't have to make that decision because that software's coming to all the phones, and then you get the camera if you actually buy the 3GS.
So when all is said and done, Matt, what do you think about the iPhone 3GS? Do you think it's something that everybody's going to love, or is it going to be more reserved for a specific audience?
Well, it's an Apple product, so first of all, yes, everyone will love it. If I'm making a recommendation, I would say for $4.99, skip it. So if you're stuck with that deal, don't do that. Don't support AT&T and that junk. On the other hand, if you can get it for $2.99, I do think it is a worthwhile upgrade because the camera's cool. The digital compass, whatever, don't care about that, but I do care about Nike Plus, and I do care about the speed increase. And that's all good, and that's really worth it for me if you can afford $2.99. I think it's a good deal, and it's the next step in the evolution of the iPhone line. What do you think about it?
From a purely logistical standpoint, I think it's, for new and, kind of existing iPhone users who've had their contract for a while, there are some appealing points to it. But if you are that person who's kind of only a year and a half or so into their contract, or just a little over a year, that price point from AT&T makes it really hard to convince the user to do it. I mean, there's definitely a super awesome increase in the speed. There's the battery increase. There's the video support. But ultimately, I think more than anything else, the iPhone 3GS is an evolution, not a revolution. And given Apple's knack for releasing products on a yearly basis, I personally, as a techie, for somebody who's already locked in with the 3G, I would wait for the next evolution to come out next year. Ultimately, though, I think if you're a new customer and you want to get into it, and you're either stuck at the original iPhone, or if you just kind of always been thinking about getting one, now is the time. This is a pretty sweet unit to check out. Otherwise, you might want to hold out. In any case, for everything iPhone related, be sure to check out gear.ign.com, and of course for iPhone games, check out wireless.ign.com.